Did the southsiders really discipline a black in San Bernardino County jail?
Welcome back to Broken Bobby's transformation page. In the late 80s, I became involved with drugs and would eventually become part of that lifestyle of trafficking, addiction, and violence. Over the next 20 years, I would be in and out of jail and prison. If you're thinking about trying something or you're dealing with addiction, your life don't need to go down the same path mine did. I hurt a lot of people, both physically and emotionally. These are my stories of how I transformed my life, and you can too.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail, the southsiders disciplined a black in the San Bernardino County Jail, West Valley Detention Center to be exact. Uh, Before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and let me know what you think if you've ever seen anything like this, because I know I haven't. But also share the video. It really helps to grow the channel, and hit that notification bell so that anytime I go live or I drop a new video like this one, you will be notified and you can check it out when you're ready. Okay, so this was probably somewhere around 2000, West Valley Detention Center in Rancho Cucamonga, California, San Bernardino County Jail, basically, where most inmates will go if they catch a case in San Bernardino. If San Bernardino, Rialto, Fontana, like those type of areas, Ontario, and so on. And so I'm in, and I get processed in, and they walk you down this really long hallway. Like West Valley is like, I'll try to put an image up on the screen to show you it's not multiple stories. It's all spread out with pods, branching off as you go. And in this particular case, they had me in module 15. Now, module 15 was nothing like anything I had ever seen before as far as being locked up. Um, this was bizarro world, to say the least. Now, I've told stories about this particular area before. I think the story, I don't remember what it was called, but they basically ended up rolling me up when someone dropped a kite, because there was no politics whatsoever in this module. And now, to give you an idea of what it looks like, it's like you have this big glass area in the middle they call the bubble, and then there's dorms that go off like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or however it goes. And they're probably, I want to say, like 50-man dorms, somewhere in that vicinity. They got Cadillac bunks out in front, and then they got double bunks behind. If you don't know what a Cadillac bunk is, basically it's a single bunk. Like, you don't have a bunkie. So these are prized, uh, you know, places to sleep, basically. Not having a bunkie is really nice. But so I get in there, and there's this younger black kid. I think he was a non affiliate. Honestly, I really do not remember, but I can remember what he looks like. He was a youngster, probably 5'10" ish, had braces on his teeth and cornrows. And the leader for the blacks, we'll call him Smokey in this story. I don't want to put anybody on blast because I don't feel like it was handled properly by them, but that's not my politics. And I'm not here to cast judgment. And like I said, this place was just strange from the jump. Uh, there, so this youngster, like, he's pretty much running amok in there being disrespectful and stuff. And, like basically, I don't think anybody wanted this dude in there, to be honest with you. But it was bizarro world, like I said. So the politics were real light. Um, like I told in the story before, one of the Woods, he was a bigger dude. Like he had gotten jumped by the southsiders over a commissary bag that they wanted to use for a spread. He didn't want to give it up. They jumped him. None of the Woods did anything about it. In fact, what they did was they clowned that Wood because while he was getting jumped, he yelled for the deputy. So the joke in there was, you know, Woods running around going, "Deputy!" And when I inquired about this, they told me what had happened. And, I told somebody, well, what did you do? You just stood there and watched another white guy get jumped? Like, that's just as bad on you as it is on him. Like, I'm not saying he should have called for the deputy by any means, but, and then they let him continue to walk in there after that. So, like, this place was just strange all the way around. So, this young guy, he, like I said, I think he was non-affiliate. I don't remember him being affiliated with anybody, but basically he was getting on everybody's nerves. And basically the Southsiders, there was like maybe about 5 Southsiders in the whole dorm. The woods were deep, and there was probably about 10 to 15 blacks, I would say. A few paisas, and probably 20 woods. So, like, we definitely had the numbers in this place, but this guy was running around just like getting on everybody's nerves. The Woods didn't like him, but they didn't, they were just, it was weird there, right? So, one of the Southsiders ultimately pushed the issue that this dude needed to go. So, he went over and got with Smokey, who basically had the car for the blacks in there. Uh, and, they said, well, you need to get him out of here, basically. You need to, like, what they mean by that is, like, you need to put a couple guys on him to jump him. And then that way, the deputies will come in and remove him, basically. And the blacks didn't want to do that. Smokey didn't want to do that. He ran a real laid back program in there. And like I said, the thing is, food was getting passed around and people were playing cards that shouldn't be playing cards with one another. It was just really strange place. Like, knowing what I know now, having heard stories about what PC is like, it's as close to PC as I ever got, I guess. But so the Southsiders were pushing the issue. Smokey didn't want to do anything about it. And basically, Smokey, as it was told to me, basically said to the Southsiders, if you guys want him gone, you handle it. And the Southsiders were like, okay, no problem there. And so a couple of the Southsiders had approached me and they said, can you run diversion, basically get up there? Like, it's all glass at the front of the dorm, and then you have the bubble back there. So, they basically wanted to get their money on this guy. If they're going to get in trouble and end up in the hole, they want to get there. So they wanted us, a couple of us Woods went up to the front of the dorm, and at this time they had newspapers on. There'd be a house newspaper on one of the tables in the day room, and the I forget how it went. I think there was one for the blacks, one for, there was a couple of them basically. So we got the wood newspaper and opened it up, and We thought we were so smart standing in front of that window, holding that newspaper up, trying to block the view of the guards so they wouldn't see what was going on. There was a couple of us up there. Like I said, we thought we were so smart blocking it out, but I think really what we did was drew more attention to the fact that something was going on in there because uh, the south the youngster was sitting at one of the picnic tables in the day room, and I don't know if he was playing cards or dominoes or what he was doing, but he's sitting there doing whatever he's doing. There's a TV up on the wall up above, and the southsiders took one of the southsiders took a towel and basically came up and threw the towel over his around his face and like pulled him off of the table, and then like three of them got on him. And I thought, honestly, when they said that the blacks were going to stand down for them to do what they needed to do, I thought for sure it was going to kick off a riot. And I had told the guys that were with me that we were to stand down if it did, because of what had happened previously with the Southsiders jumping that other guy. Even though we were offering assistance to, create a diversion, it wasn't our fight, basically. And so, they pulled him off. They jumped on him. They got that ass, basically, left him all bloodied. And I honestly believe by us standing there holding those papers in front of the bubble, I think it drew more attention. And here come the deputies, and they come in, pepper sprayed the Southsiders, and took them off to the hole, and took that youngster off to the hole that basically got his issue, I guess you would say. I want to be perfectly clear on this video, though. I mean, no disrespect to the blacks. In fact, shout out to them. This is the one and only time I ever seen anything like this happen. Usually, most races will go to war for one of their own, or the other option is they'll remove their own before someone else does. So this is a very unusual set of circumstances that occurred here. Ultimately, the Southsiders got him out of there, but they ended up losing like 3 of the 5 that were in there to begin with. So did they win? I don't know. Was I disappointed in the fact that the blacks allowed that to happen? I mean, it really wasn't my business to have any emotion whatsoever on the situation, but I couldn't believe that they allowed that to happen. So like I said, the thing is, I intend no disrespect whatsoever with this video, but this is something that I seen in West Valley Detention Center. Module 15, I believe it was pod F. F or G. For some reason, those really stick out to me. So it was in one of those modules. Place was absolutely crazy. Never seen nothing like it. And, within a couple of days, like I was rolled up out of there myself, because coming from LA County, I had more of a political mind than what these guys were running in there, and they didn't like the way I thought. So, anyways, the best thing you can do is just not go to jail, and you won't have to worry about these sort of situations. Typically, when one race approaches another race and says one of their people has to go, one of two things are going to happen. If the race that's being approached feels that it's justified and maybe that person's getting on their nerves, they'll remove the problem themselves. Or the other thing that'll happen is they'll just, more than likely, they'll tell the other race, don't trip, we'll go ahead and take care of it. And then they get ready for war, and everybody gets down, So, no race wants to hear that one of their They don't want to be told by other races for sure what they need to be doing. So, like I said, though, the thing is, the best thing for all of this is just not to go to jail and not have to deal with these sort of situations. One man's actions can affect everybody. And, this was an unfortunate situation. I don't know whatever happened with that little youngster, but, I hope he's good. And, the thing is, for me, sobriety allowed me to not end up in these situations anymore. Uh, and it can help you as well, whether you've been locked up or whether being locked up is coming in the future because of your addiction. Uh, you can change. I did. So, I hope everybody's having a great week. Uh, I don't think I'm going to be going live on Saturday. It looks like I'm going to be working, so got to get that money, but we'll definitely be on Sunday night, so be out on the lookout for that. Family, fitness, and freedom are the things that allow me to get my life together, and they can help you as well. Uh, it's just a matter of building that strong foundation, and, uh, that way when the storms come, you're ready. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. Either way, drop a comment. Have you ever seen another race discipline another race? That was the one and only time I ever seen it. Like I said, it was Bizarro World. But yeah, either way, share the video. It helps to grow the channel. Also hit that notification bell so that anytime I drop a new video or I go live, you will be notified. And you can check it out when you're ready. And become a member of the channel. Hit that join button, look at the different levels of membership, and select the one that works for you. You can cancel that at any time. If it's not what you thought it was, then you can definitely cancel it.